eating? Hi, Goaties. What are you eating? Leaves. What else, Dottie? What else? What else, Maisie? What else, Molly? Leaves. Let's go check on these little rat bags. Oh, walking away over there.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Honeybee Farmstead. I'm Mel, and while I wait for my cows to get in for milking, I thought I'd just check in with you guys and see how everyone's going. I hope you're having a great day. It's spring here in Western Australia, and I've been pretty much flat out planting all the potted fruit trees and things that I had from the previous house into the ground. So we've done a few different little moves of things. We've got the ducks in their own pen now, so today when I go into, I'm going to go back into Northam, I'm going to buy them a swimming pond because ducks like to be able to swim and that sort of thing. I've also been collecting off Marketplace and Gumtree for free. I love to repurpose. I don't know whether you'd figured that out about me yet, but I've been collecting those plastic dog houses, and yeah, I'm going to repurpose them. I'm going to put a few in the duck pen with a heap of hay in the bottom, and I'm going to put a few up where the geese and turkeys are so that they can use them to nest in. So that's all a work in progress. We're also looking at electric fencing our back paddock. We're just waiting on a few supplies to get here. Postal system's really slow at the moment, so we're just sort of at their mercy. We just wait and wait and wait until they get to us. But we've ordered some electric fencing supplies. These are special things that you screw into a tree. So one of the fences on the other side has been put up a long time ago, and we thought rather than try and knock it down, as the fence line runs from the top corner to the bottom corner, it's like there'll be a tree on our neighbour's place, a tree on our place, and it kind of does that all the way down. So they've run the fence line and then the trees have grown up, so they're pretty much a part of the fence line. So without, you know, cutting into our property or cutting into the neighbour's property, there's sort of really no way to do it. And all we really have to do is put electric fencing so that they can't get out. So where the trees are, we've ordered these special little plastic sort of, I don't know what they're called. I'll insert it here when I'm editing. You screw them into the tree, and the tape, the electrical tape that runs, just goes like, I can't remember what it's called. It's like this. I'll put that in as well. I've had my coffee, my brain's still not working today. So yeah, we will string it along where we can along a fence on these things called stays, which sort of, they're like that shape, and on the end here is like an insulator. It just keeps the electric fence off the normal fence so that nothing touches and shorts it out. So yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna do that down there and along the creek line, and then that back area will be completely ready to use again. I don't know whether you guys saw, but with the cows escaping, that back gate that whoever it was opened is going to be removed. So we're just going to fence, like it's just going to be part of the fence. So there'll be no way of letting anyone out anymore. So yeah, that's the plan. Lots and lots to do. Where are these girls? The majority of these 10 days that Alex has got off, we are using to catch up on jobs. The main one being the spring garden. Because it's lovely rainy weather, we are taking advantage of that. There's some spring storms and that happening. So we're going to be planting everything. That's the main concern. And then hopefully through spring and summer they will settle in, and then we'll be into winter, and hopefully they crank and grow really, really fast. We're trying to set them up for that, the best conditions for them to grow in. Sometimes, like, the farm has its own timeline. sometimes you just can't get anything done. Nothing works the way that you want it to. I'll give you an update on Valentine. Now, she's still with us, thankfully. She improves and then goes downhill again, and improves and then goes downhill again. So that's bothering me a lot. But Bessie and her are bonded. Bessie acts like she was born to Valley. Yeah, they get along really great. Valley feeds her. Bessie doesn't leave her side. And yeah, sometimes we go out to feed Bessie because we want to keep the pressure off Valentine. If she's not making as much milk, she's very unwell. We don't want that demand on her, so we are feeding Bessie a bit. Some days she's not even interested. She's had so much food, and other days she'll have a morning and a night bottle. So we're quite happy to keep doing that. Just keep Bessie in good nick and keep her healthy and happy, because if something should happen to Valentine, then obviously we're going to have to step in and be her parents. So that's where we're at. I'm still giving her antibiotics. We are still nursing her along, making sure she's got plenty of fresh rainwater, making sure she's got plenty of fresh, brand new season's oat and hay. She has an offering of hard feed, all the things she loves, but sometimes she eats it, sometimes she doesn't. She has lost a lot of weight. It is pretty distressing to see, so if you don't want to see, skip this video, because I'll put a little clip in of her and how she's doing. How you doing, sweet girl? Hey? How you doing, Angel? You doing all right? I love that you're relaxed and sitting down. I just need to check on you, sweetheart. Hey, how you doing? So much to unpack, so much to say. And just when you feel you want to crawl up in bed and have a big cry and just block out the day, you can't if you're on a farm, because loads of people depend on you. So come out and we put the cover over the chicks and make sure their heat lights on and they've got full food and water. We lock away the big chickens that have been exploring for the day. We put the geese and turkeys in. We make sure everyone's got full food and water up there. We check on the goats, because at the moment they're tethering, and we make sure that they're not tangled and that they've got full water and that they're happy. And in the midst, we are also checking on this poor young lady here. Now, there's a lot more to this story. I rang and spoke to Jean. I also spoke to other people that I know farming and things, and I got everyone's opinion and everyone's advice on what to do in this situation. And knowing Valley, I've weighed up the situation. I've made a phone call to a dairyman that lives down sort of near Bustleton. I'm not going to give his location because I don't know if he's okay with that. But Mike, lovely man. Again, like I was saying earlier in this video, like how funny that, well, not funny, haha, but ironic that I was just talking about how much farmers love their animals and how much goes into them. And if the very real devastation I'm feeling now isn't proof of that, then I don't know what is. I feel sadness for my cow, because grief is very real, even if it's for animals. They feel grief. I can see that in her. Also, the stress that it would have caused watching your baby be torn up by a predator would also be very stressful. So, but also, as we know, she was too young to be having a baby anyway. I'm so glad it didn't get stuck and she's not in any danger. But now we're left wondering, what kind of emotional trauma is this causing to her? what kind of stress is this? You know, how's she feeling? What's she thinking? I don't know about you guys, but she does look positively miserable. There are a couple of ways we could have gone. Firstly, we could have just ignored it as if nothing happened and just let it go and let her grieve and move on and let her milk dry up or any of the things that would happen after that. Another option we have was to pull her in, take the colostrum, and then just continue with milking as normal. And another option is to get her a foster baby. Now, that can be super risky for a few reasons. She may just go, nah, too much trauma, or I'm not interested, and just not even take the baby. Or she could just decide she wants to shut down and not deal. Just like humans, they all have their own way of dealing. And she hasn't really given me any clues. So I really don't know what to do. I spoke to the dairy guy. He told me how you would go about best transition to try and get a calf onto her so she can foster a calf. As she's a milk cow, I think that's probably our best option. So I've ordered one, and bless their beautiful hearts, Hunt and Gather have said, yep, we'll go get it, knowing that I've only got this rental car. And believe me, I tried. I checked to see if I could fit a 1-week-old calf size pet carrier in the back and do the trip. I didn't think it was a good idea, and it's not advisable. It's not our car, so that's the number one thing. I have respect for other people's things, and it doesn't belong to us. So if the cow should do an explosive poo, not cool. So our beautiful friends have gone on a very long trip, so they will get here by 9 o'clock tonight with the baby. We're cooking a lovely meal to be able to share with them as a massive thank you for all their hard work and just dropping everything and coming to the rescue. And like I was saying, funnily enough, in the video earlier, having your community is so important. I put a little bit of a post on Facebook today, on our Honeybee Farmstead Facebook, just describing the day and how it was going and how I was feeling. And long story short, I had some beautiful people reach out to me. So some that we've not even physically met yet, that live on our road here, that I have chatted to a bit on Facebook. Another person who keeps cows rang up and offered us whatever we need for help. And I just have to say, how awesome. Thank you. Like, your community is so important. And I'm always talking about the homesteading community and growing your community and your people. And you give, and you know, selflessly and with love to them, and they will give with selflessly and with love back to you. So yeah. Poor thing. How terrible for you.
Mate, I don't know what else I can... You're doing everything. She's going to be fine. This calf will be fine. Just keep them fluids up.
There's a really nice little clip I took yesterday of Bessie feeding off her. So I'll put that in here. Good girl. Very good girl. Good girl. You're okay. You're such a brave girl. Friend.
She's doing good.
You're a brave girl. I'm going to give you your medicine tomorrow. And hopefully she improves. I will keep you guys updated. I know that you guys love her as we do, and now obviously are invested in how she goes as well. So there's the Valentine update. The Harvey update is that Mr. Harvey has not been able to get out, and he's kind of chucking the sads because he can't get out, and he stands at the fence and yells out to the girls, and when we're there he growls at us for locking him in, but he's very well contained. I cannot say enough about electric fencing, and our preference is solar, but electric fencing nonetheless, it's a must. Felix got out, so Felix was tethering and didn't enjoy it, so we put him in with Harvey and Sheila and the calves. After putting Valley in the head bale and allowing Bessie to feed off her, we administered her antibiotics and we gave her a bag of Minbao, which is vitamins and minerals to help perk her up and make sure she's getting everything she needs. And we gave her some more pain medication and anti-inflammatories, and really did the best we can to try and support her. I've found a way. I'm hanging the Minbao here, and it should go into her neck here. She shouldn't be able to get any further away than there. And I'm going to try and place this in under her skin, nice and low, so that gravity will just do it. Good girl, Valley. You're okay. That should have you feeling better soon. He's clearly not feeling well, so hopefully that medication has her feeling right soon enough. Good girl, Bessie. You're doing a good job, girl. Good job, girl. Good job.
Girls.
Good job, Valley. Good girl. So we are not putting our fingers in her mouth anymore, are we?
No.
If she wants food, where does she go?
She goes to Valley's.
That's right. And Valley's getting there. She's slowly not kicking. She's doing a good job. Good job, Valley.
As you can see.
Thanks, Bessie. We already have it to us. We have to sort it to And then things took a turn for the worse, and she just started getting sicker and sicker, and there didn't seem to be anything we could do to help her. What are you doing?
Gonna go feed Bessie.
Come on.
Bessie.
So we just want to give you guys a little update. It's been really, really hectic and actually quite stressful, sad. Just we're in a space now of trying to heal and trying to just feel a bit better about the whole situation. So Mama was feeding little baby Bessie and doing beautifully, but she's just too unwell and I don't want that extra burden on her. So I will put Bessie on her once a day just to keep that bond. Come here, Bess. Come on, Bessie. So she does hang around with Valley. So Valley's still feeling quite yucky, but she's not coughing anymore, so that's awesome. You're okay, gorgeous. And she's not foaming or like dribbling anymore, but she's still very unwell.
Oh, see.
Little baby Bessie. You're thirsty. So if we can, we will try and make this process a little bit easier for our poor Valley girl. Yeah, so what we did today was we left the top gate open so that Valentine's friends can come and see her when she, when they want to, and spend a bit of time with her, because I think that maybe, when you're sick in hospital, it's nice that when your friends visit, it makes you feel better. What are you doing? She's not even got her mouth on it, mate. Oh, concentrate. That's it.
Bessie at the behind the tag.
It is. It says Bessie. It's her name.
So adorable.
So we're just gonna, I'm not gonna get too close to her because I don't want to stress her out. She's looking a lot better, but you can see she's still breathing a bit heavy. She's still not feeling great. Hopefully the minerals and stuff are helping, and that the antibiotics are helping as well. So we just feed little Bess to make sure that she stays nice and healthy and doesn't get crook, and we can just support Valley a little bit. Sequence of events. It's been a couple of weeks, and like a week and a half, nearly a couple of weeks, and it has been a whirlwind of emotion. I'm tired and I'm sad, and I feel very beaten right now. First year on the farm has been, it's not even a full year yet. It's just been test after test. And, you know, like I laugh, ironically, it's not funny, but I've got experience farming. I grew up on a farm. My parents are from farming, both of them, background in farming. So even as young as I can remember, my grandparents owned a farm in Ravensthorpe, broadacre farming, and they school holidays I would go there and I would help with shearing, I would help with cropping, I would help with things. So I have a lot of experience when it comes to farming. Not as much experience with cows, I'll be honest. I've watched so many educational things about it. I have engaged with specialists who've been looking after cows and have done things like AI and all kinds of things. I also am not afraid to reach out to other people that have got cattle, and you know, like we met, I've spoken about them in the last video, one of the other videos, I can't even think straight right now. Someone who lives locally to us who happens to keep cows, because there's not very many cows in our area, and even asking him and talking to him, like I'm not afraid to take people's advice. I've sent videos to the vet, I've sent photos to the vet. I've done phone consults with the vet. I got medications from the vet. I have Googled till I'm blue in the face about what could possibly be wrong with Valentine after she calved. General consensus is, in hindsight, I probably should never have purchased that cow. I'm glad I did, don't get me wrong, for a few reasons. I'll start with why I shouldn't have purchased the cow. She was a heifer, actually. I should say she was a calf. That's more accurate. I purchased off a woman who had the cow, her Valentine's mum and her in a paddock with a bull. She was not aware that calves can get pregnant from 3 months of age. Their first cycle is 3 months, so they can get pregnant from then. She was unaware of that. As it turns out, Valentine had only just turned 1 when she had her calf. Then, because she was so young, and that is wrong, like, a cow should never have a calf. Oh, let me go back. A cow should never even get pregnant with a calf until they're at least 15 months old. That's the youngest you should ever do it. It's advisable to wait till they're 18 months of age. And I know my preference is to do that from now on. Let me clear up. I did not get Valentine pregnant. I purchased her already pregnant. I weighed it up. Once I sort of looked at her and thought, maybe she's pregnant, with everything I'd learned from my cow experts, I rang my cow experts and I had a long conversation with them about what it would mean if I took on this heifer. A heifer is a young cow, female cow, that hasn't had a baby yet. Once they've had their first baby, they're considered a cow. So I did have a long conversation with my cow experts. Both of them have different backgrounds, is incredibly knowledgeable. I had a long conversation with them about what it would mean if I purchased this heifer. I was aware there is more of a chance something could go wrong. I'm an optimist, and sometimes it kicks me in my butt. This is one of those times. Sorry. I followed strictly the things that these cow experts told me to do. Like watching for, you know, when the ligaments go, pin bone ligaments they're called, watching for udder development, making sure she doesn't get too high of a protein diet, because we don't want the calf to get too big, especially because she's already way too young to have a baby. So I did all those things. I prepared heavily for the birth of this baby. I bought calving ropes. I bought molasses and things for after, for shock. I bought ketol, which is for ketosis, one of the things that can go wrong. I bought minbao, which is a mineral balancing, like a drip that goes in, which you guys saw me administer to her when she went downhill. I rang our local vet on more than one occasion to find out who the best experienced cow vet they had on their practice that I could call. I'm a planner. I did all that. I watched her closely. I monitored her closely. I handled her very carefully. I quietened her down enough that she wouldn't feel uncomfortable if I did have to intervene. And now I step back into why I would probably still do that. Although I lost a big investment as far as the future, because even if she had to survive this, multiple people told me she would never have a calf again. It ruined her. So even if she had have survived and lived through this, which I still wish she had, even if she never gave us another calf, we would have still found a future for her regardless. That didn't happen. We lost the calf and we lost Valley, and then because I was worried about her being broken-hearted about losing her calf, I purchased a foster calf, which I now have to look after, which is fine. I'm happy to do it. I purchased that calf knowing that might be a possibility, and I'm okay with that. But these are all little factors that you have to weigh heavily in the moment when the terrible thing is happening, whatever it is. This particular moment happens to be about Valentine. But in farming, there are hundreds of moments like this. Some of them more stressful, some of them needing more sort of quick thinking, all that sort of thing. And this is a reality video. This is the reality of it. Even though I did all the things right, I probably should have never purchased that cow, because from the very beginning her odds were low anyway, because of miseducation, or there are so many reasons why a cow or any animal gets put in a situation where it's not best for them. This is one of them. Inexperience, or oh, it'll be a novel idea to have a cow. I love them, they're so cute. True. Unless you're planning on milking, don't get a milking cow. Dairy breeds are the hardest to keep because there's so much more that can go wrong. But if you are going to invest in an animal, do your research when it's going to be able to cycle. When is the safe time for it to get pregnant? When they cycle for their first cycle. Like, I already knew all that before I even thought about getting a cow. I'm a planner. I understand not everyone's like that, but I feel like the previous owner did the wrong thing by her animal, even if it wasn't deliberate. And I don't think it was. She seems to be a really nice lady. It was just, she wasn't prepared to have a cow. She did not have the knowledge, and then obviously didn't educate her on or further her knowledge once she got a cow. And then once she knew that cow was, or that heifer was pregnant, she probably should have never sold her to me. Once I knew, I still took her on knowing that, and I want to be clear about that. I'm glad it was with me and not some poor bugger who's just getting into farming or just getting into homesteading and has a blow like this. It is awful. It feels horrible. And I still don't even know how I'm going to break it to my kids, because when you have these beautiful animals on your homestead, you do fall in love with them. And you do get, you know, especially a milk cow, you know, you're with it every morning, every afternoon when you're milking. You handle them lots, all that sort of stuff. They become a family member. Anyone who's owned animals like that will know that. But it's not for the faint of heart. But I also don't want to put people off doing it. Definitely not. That's not what this is about. I'm so glad it wasn't my first cow, because I would feel like it was 100% my fault. I know it's not my fault. It doesn't change the fact that it sucks and that I'm really sad. And I'm now sad for Bessie as well, because cows have a very intricate social structure. So what I'm struggling with right now is that when Alex told me she had passed away, she she had only just passed away. And he said all of the other cows know. They've all come in, they're all bellowing, they look like they're having a mini funeral, because I know the herd to them means so much. It's their family, whether they were, you know, they're blood related or not, their family. And I know that those cows, especially that little calf Bessie, is really feeling this and is really sad. I know that this year has been awful for me and my family with the loss of Luna and all those sorts of things, but we're learning so much. And even though I grew up farming, we didn't have cows, so yeah, so much I'm learning, and at the moment it's just hard and sad. I'm gonna go now because I'm pulling in the driveway and I don't know how this is gonna be. So I don't even know how this video is gonna look now, but yeah, bear with us. You being nice to Bess. Hey baby girl. Where you going, sweetie? You okay? Come here, my love. You okay? Oh, you missing mama? I'll be your mama. You want to cuddle? You want to cuddle? You're a baby. You're a baby. Mwah. I'll bring your bottle in a minute. Hey, baby girl. Mwah. You beautiful girl. Look at her. Look at this face. Look at this face. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're a beautiful girl. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Poor baby. We'll look after you. Oh, you're smoochy. You're smoochy. You're smoochy girl. Mwah. You're so beautiful girl. You okay? We'll put you with the goats, I think, because they're friendly and lovely. Oh, lovely. Bonnie's doing a big poop. Hey, you okay, honey? Come on. Good girl. So it's been a terrible 10 days on the farm, and it's with sadness that we say goodbye to our beautiful Valentine, or as we fondly knew her, Valley Girl. We move on to giving Bessie all the love and support that we can, and covering her in cuddles and kisses. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it was a sad one, but I do want to keep this channel real and honest, and sometimes life on the farm is just hard. Thank you for joining us, and I hope your day is going a lot better than mine. Take care of each other, and until the next video, bye for now. She's sad. Look. I might actually put her with the goats because they'll give her a bit got